So in your assignment, you have to read a string. So let us say you read a string like this. A, the string is, let me check this. Hello. Hello is the string. Okay. So what you have to do, you have to add up all the ASCII equivalent values of these characters. So when you there is a ASCII table standard. So ASCII stands for American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Okay. So in this we have this table defines the values of different characters. So each of the character, whether you press enter carriage return or a space or a special characters, codes, colon, alphabets, okay, small, big, and numbers, all these things will be having a particular ASCII value. Now, so that is defined in the ASCII table. So H, capital H is given a value of 72. Okay. So these are all the decimal numbers. Okay. So we'll write those values. So H corresponds to 72. E, small is somewhere over here. That is 101. And L, small l, is 108. 2 times. And O, LMNO, small o, corresponds to 111. 111. So you should add up and you should get the sum. So if you add up, it will be something like this: 2 plus 1, 3, 8, 11, plus 8, 19, plus 1, 20. 2 carry 0. That's all. You don't, I mean, we are not interested in further addition. So you have to check whether this least significant digit is prime or not. So here what all are there? First you have to read a string and you have to add the characters. Add means, so you should get some value, that is summation you should get. And then you have to perform one operation or checking. You have to check if the number is, check if the sum is prime or not. Okay. So this is what you have to do. So I'll show you how to load a string and how to access the strings and process the strings. So when you are writing the code in 8086, it is something like this. You have to define the section. Okay. So you need to define the section. So initially it will be the data section. And then you have to write the code section. Okay. Code segment. So the data section, you can write it as dot data. And then different variables if there are any. Then the code, you'll say that it is dot code, and then you'll write the code. So here So what we'll do is, in the data section, what we will specify is, we have two values. Let us say a number is there. That number is name is sum, and it is of byte data type, and it is holding some value. Okay, that value, instead of giving 0, because normally there will be 0, I will give some number 7. It is some random number, just for you to check that value in the particular place. And then we'll define one string, and the string variable name is string1 or string. Okay, again, each of the character is holding, is having one byte. It is defined as byte, and then you can save the string in quotes. So let us say my string is hello, and whenever you are dealing with strings, you have to end the string with a dollar sign. That is one thing. Okay, that is about, we are defining the data. Next, in the code, we have to write the code. So you say, okay, start is one label. You start and you end the what you have started. Okay, end start. Now you have to access the values here. So what is that? So here in the memory, so there will be data section. Data section. In the data section, there will be a variable that is, sum will not be written over there, but that corresponding value will be available. And then string will be there. So if you are using this as 1 byte in width, this is 1 byte, then in memory you should see something like 7 here. And for this starting value of the string, you should see h corresponds to capital H, 72. 72 corresponds to in hexadecimal it is 16 fours or 64 plus 8. So 48H. So 48H you should have. Then followed by the value corresponding to E, L, L, O, and then a dollar symbol. Now you can see that the dollar symbol is 36. Okay, so 36 means 16 twos are 32 plus 4, 36. So 24H will be here, 24H. So this is what we'll first see. We'll not do any processing. We'll see how we get that in memory. So what we have to do? First we have to say in the code, you have to get the move into AX register. What is that? The data segment. Okay, so and you get that particular segment value into AX and put that address into data segment register. Okay, now you can use this particular thing as a base address, data segment register. Next, what we can do, let us say we want to see memory. So we'll write this code, okay, and see what happens. So now we'll write the code as discussed. So initially we'll specify the data section, the code section, the starting and ending. Okay. So now we'll in the data section segment we'll specify a variable name num. It is defined as a byte and its value is 7. Then we are using one string. It is also defined as a byte and we are storing that as hello. Hello. All the strings we have to end with a dollar symbol. So in the code section, what we'll do is we'll move what we'll get the base address into AX first. That is from the data segment, and this address that we have in AX will move it into the segment register, that is DS. Now AX will be available for further usage. Okay, so this is mainly for getting the base address of the data segment. We'll not do anything, we'll just see how and what is there in the memory. So we'll keep this along with our code here. So we'll emulate and we want mainly memory, view memory, and so the base address you can see data segment is 0100. Okay, 0100, it's fine. So we'll see in the listing mode so that we can see character by character. So when you do single stepping here, so we are here number is 7. Okay, so single step will go to the code. Will reload. So it is end start. Okay, we'll emulate. So we are in the first line. We want to see the memory. We'll see the memory, and in the listing mode, base address is data segment is 700. So we'll want to see at 700. Okay. Now approximately you can see that we have HELLO $sign here, and here we have a 7. Okay, so this is one way of verifying. So also we can cross check with our ASCII table. Okay, so single step move data that into AX. Now AX should get what? The base address 710 we should get. So 710 is obtained in the AX register. We'll move that into the data segment register 710. Okay, so 710 data segment register. We have not done anything. Okay, so in the memory you can see at that location our first definition was a variable with name number, and it had a 7 value. This is the 7 value. After that, we have defined the string variable of byte data type. So each number corresponds to, or each character corresponds to a byte. So H is 1 byte, E will be occupying 1 byte, L and so on. So we can see H is 48 in hexadecimal. 48 means 64 plus 8, 72. So 72 is the H value. And similarly, small e is 65 in hexadecimal, L is 6C, 6C, and O is 6F. So 6F corresponds to 111, okay, and dollar is 36, that is 24H. So we can see that the data that we have defined is in the memory. Now we have to access that particular data. So how do we do that? So once we have that data in the memory, what we can do is we can say, let us say we want that number. So move number into where some register, let us say AL. It is defined as a byte. So whether we get that number into AL, we'll just check. So emulate. So single step. Until here we have seen. Now we have to check whether this AL will be getting a 7. Okay, because we have stored that 7 there. Okay. So you can see 7 is loaded into that register, corresponding register. So this variable could have been a sum. Okay. So we want to add up the values. So we might as well make it a variable with name sum and string, whether how to get the string things. So let us say now move. We want to get the string, right? So first we have to get the base address of the string, and then we have to get each character. So we'll get the base address, offset address, that is offset of the string into the source index register. Okay. So we'll see. We have changed that variable name to sum, so this should be changed to sum. So offset of the string will get into source index register. So string offset address, where was it? View memory. So you go to 710 because 710 is a location that we have data segment. Okay, that we can get it here. So single step. So AX is 710. That is what is the data segment base address. Okay, so data segment base address is 710. So that's why we have to go to 710. See in the listing mode, this is where it is. So strings base address is 1, offset is 1 in the from the base. 710 is the base. From the base, first location is occupied by the number 7. So next location onwards, we have the string. Okay. So we are getting the offset into source index register. So source index register will have preferably 1 in that. Okay. Move offset here. You observe this source index register. So we got this source index register. So let us say if we had some other variables in between, okay, and then this particular string was somewhere here at, let us say, 14, okay, then you would have got like source index would have got 14 here. Okay, so we are getting the location of the string also. Next, what we'll do, we will read each character. Okay, each character. So for that, what we have to do, we will read each character. So source index is having the offset. So move source index is corresponding to the address. That's why put it in square brackets, get that into some register. Again, where do we get it? We'll get it into some register VL. Okay. So first, what we should get H. H corresponds to how much? H corresponds to 72. 72 corresponds to 16 4 is 60, 48. 48 should be loaded here into BL. Okay. Emulate. So memory now anyway we have seen that we'll do single stepping and we are moving that value 7 into AL. Now source index we are moving into BL. What is there in source index? So H corresponds to 48 H. Okay, alphabet capital H corresponds to 48 hexadecimal number. So that we have to get it here. Okay, single step. So we see that 48 we got here. So we got one character. So what is the next character? So we have to get E. So then what we have to do? You have to increment the source index register. Increment that source index register. Okay. So first we got H. H. Next, increment source index register. Again, if you do this, what do we get? We expect to get E. Okay, let us see that. So this we have to do for how many times? How many our characters are there? So many times we have to do, right? So first time we have to observe we are loading it into BL. So let us say single step. Now we will get 48 here. Move here. 48 we got. And again, we are incrementing the source index register. That becomes 2. And there we have E in that. E corresponds to some value that will be loaded into this BL register. That is 65H. So like this, we can get each character. But this should happen in a loop. Okay. So you have to insert a loop here. Okay. Until when we have to do this thing. So this thing should happen to the until we see if it is a dollar symbol. Okay. So we'll repeat this like this. So first time again we'll get E. Here we'll get no sorry. Here we'll get L. Sorry. Here we'll get L. Here we'll get L. Again we have to we'll get O. Here we'll get a dollar sign. Okay. So whenever we get a dollar sign, so we have to keep comparing. Compare where we are loading that character BL to dollar sign. What is a dollar sign here? Dollar sign corresponds to 36. So compare this with 36. Decimal number or 24H. Okay. So compare this with dull. So that is where you have ended. So if the zero flag is set, that means yes, it is true. Therefore, now we have to come out. We don't have to do this looping basically. So if it is not set, jump on 0 to come out. Okay, come out. Else you have to go back. So correct. So jump to go back. So where is it? It is something like this to read character. Go back to read character. So where is that read character? Somewhere here we'll write read character. Okay, so this is where you have to keep looping. So this is, you don't have to do this repeating basically. You have to just introduce two lines, move the source index register and then increment, and you have to check this. If it is becoming 0, then you have to come out to this place. Otherwise, you have to go and repeat this process. Okay. So here each time you have to decrement a counter. So you have to initialize a counter. So here initialize a counter. So where we'll put the counter? We are not used CL. Move CL. Temporarily, what is that we have? We have HELLO dollar. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 values. So we'll put that. So what we'll do? We'll move BL source index, increment SI, and we'll not do any of these things. Okay. So as soon as we move and get one character, you have to compare if that character is equal to a dollar sign. If it is equal to a dollar sign, come out. Else, what we have to do? We have to increment the source index register. Okay, and then decrement the CL register. So decrementing is not required. Okay, either we can go up to the dollar sign or up until the counter becomes 0. Okay, so that is also one option. Okay, so you don't have to check the dollar sign. Either you can check for the dollar sign or you can check for the end of the count. So that is the option. So let us see how this works. Here, after coming out, we'll introduce no operation, do nothing basically. So let us see if it works. Jump on 0. Where we have to go? We have to go to read character. Jump on 0. Go to read the next character. Like jump on 0. Come out. Not this. If we are reaching the dollar sign, then we have to come out. Jump on 0. We have to come out. Okay. Else increment and then go back basically. So let us see. Let us see whether we are looping and we are getting that particular values into the register. Okay. So single step. First we'll write what is the value of H E L L O. Okay. So H corresponds to 48H. E corresponds to, where is E? E corresponds to 101. 101 is 16, 6 or 96. 96 plus 6 plus 5. 65H. HEL. Okay, this one. So 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 6A, 6B, 6C, 6C, H, 6D, 6E, 6F. Okay, so H corresponds to 64 or 64, 48 H. So these are the values. Now you know the values. So go to this. We'll keep it this one. Yes. So we'll do single stepping and check the register values. So single step. Okay. 6 times. So here we are not using the CL basically. So you can use different logics. Right? So move the source index value into BL. That is, now we are getting the first value H is 48H. So that into BL. So 48. That is, this corresponds to your H, capital H. You are comparing and checking whether that is equal to dollar sign. Okay. Single step. If it is 0, come out, else increment source index. It is not equal to 0. That is why it is going into incrementing the source index register. And then you are jumping back to reading the character. Okay. Jump back to read the character. You are coming back here. Again, load that corresponding locations data into BL. So we will be loading small e, HE. That is 65H single step. So now you can see 65H is stored in this. So in this way, again, go back. It is not coming out. Increment the source index. Come back to reading the character. So HEL. L corresponds to 6C. Okay. 6C. It will not go out. It will increment and come back to reading the character. 6C double L is there. That's why it will not change here. So it will be same. Again, it is not equal to 0. Increment. Go back to reading the character. Now we are getting O. O corresponds to 6F. So 6F is loaded into BL. And again, you are comparing. No, it's not equal to dollar sign. Again, jump back. Now you will get a dollar sign. Dollar sign corresponds to 36. That is, how much is this? 24H. 24H. So compare. Yes, it becomes jump on 0. So if you see the 0 flags, now you can see 0 is set. That is why it will come to the come out location. Single step. It has come to come out location. So there it won't, we are not written anything for it to perform. Okay. That means we have read all the characters. That is the meaning. Now what we can do, what we can introduce, when you read each character, you should add up that values, right? Okay. So that we will see how we can do. What I'll do is, I'll just copy this code. And go here. I'll paste it here. Okay. So here, what we have to do, jump on, we are reading each character. So at this point, we are getting each character, each character we get. So what we have to do, we have to add them, right? So initially now we can make this as sum as 0. Okay, initially the sum is 0. So what we can do, we can get that yes, AL is there here. So here, as soon as we get one character, we should add it to the sum. Okay, so we have to add add the new character to sum if it is not the dollar sign. Okay, so what we have to do, so move sum, we have this sum, initially we can make it equal to 0. This we can make it 0, and then we are having the sum, read the character BL. So in AL we have sum, so add this add AL with BL. So AL should have a sum. Okay, so 48H, 65H. So we'll do that sum. 45H, 65H. That is for capital H, small e, L, L, O. Okay. So when you add, what you get? 5 plus 5 is 10. 10 is A. So 6 plus 4 is 10. That is A. Again, what is L corresponding to? It corresponds to 6CH. So L corresponds to 6CH. So A plus C is what? Okay, C is 12. 12 plus 10, 22. 22 in hexadecimal is 16. Ones are 16 plus 8. 18H. So A plus 7 is, you can count A, B, C, D, E, F, 1, 0, 1, 1. 1, 1. Okay, again you have to count this. So we are not interested even if there is a overflow here, no problem, carry is there, because we are interested on only least significant digit. Again add 6C, 6C. So 8 plus C, 12 plus 8, 20. 20 is 14, 1, 4H, 1, 4H, 6, 7, 8. So HE, L, L, O. O corresponds to 6F. Okay. So we'll add that 6F here, 6F, F 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 3H. So 8 plus 7 is 15, 15 corresponds to F. So finally, we should have, after adding these characters without the dollar sign, we should get F3. So we'll see whether we are getting that F3. We'll do this modification here. So here, after reading each character, we'll just add. What is that? Add AL. That is, we are having that AL in the sum in AL. So add AL with the character that we are loading into BL. So now again we will run. Okay, initially we have to store a 0 in the sum. We don't want some number. So we'll do single stepping, and our sum is in AL. Okay, so do the single step. This is Where do you see this? Okay. So move BL. First H we got, and you'll add that with BL. So 48 plus. So BL is 48. AL initial sum is 0. 48 plus 0 will be 48 only. So your AL will become 48. So 48. 48. 48. Then you'll check, you'll increment, you'll get the next character. Next character is 65. So actually this is 48H, okay? This is not 45, it is 48. Means 3 extra, 48 plus 65 will be, it's not AA. You add up 3 to this, it will be AB, AC, AD. AD should be the answer. Okay, single step, we are adding AD. So AD is the answer. Okay. So to AD, again we are adding up 6C. Again in the result, 3 extra. It will be 19, 1A, 1B. Okay, 1B. So get the next number. When you add 19, we want. Right. You have to see 48H. 48 plus 65. 48. 8 plus 5, 13. 13 is C. Sorry, D. So AD. So AD we get. So D plus C, 12 plus 13 is 25. 25 corresponds to 16 ones are 16 plus 9. Okay, 19. So this is 19. 1 carry 9. Again, this will be A, B, C, D, E, F, 1 0 1 1. Okay, 1 1. So 1 carry 1. So 119. Again, you add 6C. So C plus 9, 12 plus 9 is 21. 21 corresponds to 16. Ones are 16 plus 5. Okay, so 15. So this is 15. 1, 7, 8, 85. So 85. And go on, it goes on. Right. We'll go to this simulation again, reload, single step. First number we are getting 48. Second number when we load it, add it, we got AD, see as expected. Next number when we add 6C, we should get 119. That is 19 is what we are storing in AL register. We are not interested in the higher bits. Okay, that's why we are just using a 8-bit register. Again, we add 6C from 1C, we'll get 85. So we got the 85. And for 85, again, when you add 6F, what you should get, the F plus 5 is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 here. This should be 4. 1 carry. Then it will be 6, 7, 7 plus 8, 15. 15 is F. F for 4 we should get. So single step. So 6F you are reading. You take this and you get a sum of F4. Right? So in this what we have done is we have a string. We are able to add up all the values and get one value. Now what you have to do here, okay, this at this point, at this point, at this point, here you have the sum of the characters, all the characters, okay? But 8 bit, 8 bit output. We are interested on only in the LSB 4 bits. That is fine, okay? So now what you have to do is, you have to right shift. So let us say what is that we have? F4 we have. F4 means what? 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. This is what is there in your AL register. AL register. So what you want? You want only this. You want to nullify this. So you multiply this with 0f. Okay. You can multiply. So you can multiply here. Multiply AL with 0FH. Okay. Then you'll have only LSB 4 bits. That is what we wanted. That is AL will have only that numbers. So once this is the sum. Next, what you have to write here? Once you have this here, you have to check if AL number is prime or not. If it is prime, if prime, display. So you know how to display using int21. Int21h that you know, it will display whatever is there in the DL register. Okay, so you have to move the value into DL. Whatever AL value you have to move into DL, and then you have to give a corresponding value into AH, and then when you use int21, then that particular value will be displayed. This should happen only if the number is prime. So you have to insert the code for prime number. Okay, that's what you can do. So do that modification and you can submit.